In today's episode, I'm going to explore Katie's house hacking evolution from episode 3 and how she changed her strategies over time and got more profitable at each jump. Next, I'm going to give you 5 specific things that you need to do to get your house ready as an Airbnb so that you can follow in Katie's footsteps and not get calls from angry guests while you're deep in the jungle on vacation. Hang out with me because this is all you need to know, all in one episode. We start right now. Welcome in to the Property Squad. Guys, I'm still so excited. It's been 4 episodes now, and I got more recorded. So excited still. This is a real estate podcast about investing, stories, and strategy. Each week, I interview someone who has had investing success, their trials, their lessons learned, their story. In that next episode, I break down their strategy and dive deeper into it using my knowledge and expertise. Who am I? I'm Anson Young. I've been an investor and agent for 17 years. I'm doing fix and flips, wholesales, and BRRRR deals in 4 different markets. I'm also a BiggerPockets author, a speaker, and I don't think I've had enough coffee today. Last episode, I think I had too much coffee. This time, not as much. Check out our socials in the links below and check out propertysquadhq.com, which will be ever evolving and adding as many free resources as I can pack in there. Also, down below is my favorite resource, all of the vendors and tools that I use on a daily basis inside my real estate company. Season 1 is all about house hacking. House hacking is where you buy a property to live in, 1 to 4 units. You live in one part of the property and you rent out the rest. So you rent out a room, you rent out the other side of the duplex, you rent out the whole fourplex, you rent out a pad in the backyard for someone's RV, you rent out the garage for a band. I've actually done that before. I've been in the band that's been renting the garage. So it is a thing. The goal is for those renters to be paying for some or all of your mortgage, and I'm going to say it a bunch, but this is probably the best and easiest way to get started in real estate. House hacking. What can you do if your mortgage, your housing payment was paid for a year or 2 or 3? We could do so much. I wish I could go back in time and house hack. Well, I might do some other things if I went back in time and then house hack. This is a strategy episode, so let's break down how Katie did it so that you can apply her story to your success. Let's just linearly, that's a fun word. Let's linearly dissect some numbers here. One thing I really liked about Katie's story is how her strategy evolved over time to fit her life and her lifestyle. She went from, oh crap, I bought a house, which is a direct quote, to getting a roommate at $800 a month. Next, she started renting out 1 room in her house on Airbnb, a short-term rental, for 38 days and getting $2,800. So a little over a month, $2,800, 1 room in her house. That's pretty powerful. Then she tried a mix of that 1 room and the entire house for 26 days, in which they made $5,000. And on to the final strategy, in which she is renting out the entire house while she is on vacation. And last year, she made $22,000 in 88 days. So right after her interview, she was headed out on vacation for 26 days. So she's going to go camping, go on a road trip. It doesn't matter where she goes, right? 26-day vacation in which the house was bringing in $8,300. So just think about that. Go on a 2-week vacation, get paid. Go on a week vacation, get paid. Need some extra money for the month? Rent out a room. This is the breakdown of the whole strategy right here. So from $2,800 to $5,000 to $8,300 to $22,000. If her mortgage payment was $3,500, she's pocketing $4,800 to go camping or lie on a beach or whatever it is that she's doing. The part that I really loved was her quote to just try it out to see how it goes. It's not like you're married to this strategy. You don't have to sign a year-long lease for this strategy to work. In order to put your room out on Airbnb, you have to get the room ready and then just put it out there on Airbnb. Test the waters. You don't have to be married to that solution. You could put it out there, see what kind of bookings come in or kind of questions that you get, what kind of response that you're getting, and go from there. Whereas a year-long lease, obviously, once somebody signs that lease, you're into that strategy for a whole year, where this is just testing the waters. Turn off Airbnb if you don't want to take any more bookings. It's that easy. So let's talk about the strategic use of short-term rentals and how to practically rent out your primary residence while you are on vacation. So first of all, you're going to want to check out the regulations in your area. Do a Google search, city and county websites, check out your HOA if you have an HOA, check out their regulations, and check to see if you can do this in your area. And so for Katie, she could do this 6 months of the year. That is her area. That's what they allow, which is still pretty good. You have to be an owner occupant, but 6 months of the year, she could go on vacation and actually make more than her mortgage while she's out and about. So if you're into that lifestyle, it is very powerful. So the next part is you absolutely have to prepare your home for this. Not everybody is going to want to rent out their primary residence to strangers while they're out on vacation. I understand that it's not for everybody, but we're talking about Katie and her story and extracting the strategy from that to apply to you. So if this is you, then we're going to get into it right here. Figure out what areas are off limits, and of course, lock up anything that you don't want to walk away. Most Airbnbs, you are protected in some cases by your insurance or by the Airbnb contract. It's just common sense. If you don't want your favorite vase to walk away, vase, then definitely put it away. So most hosts will lock off a room, the garage, or the basement with important things in there. Their safes, their alcohol. I would lock up your alcohol for sure. Computers, tablets, whatever you don't want the guests to see, put it away. Now, this is, of course, a little bit more work. You're taking kind of the personal things of your house that make your house a home, and you are locking them up. Because who hasn't been in an Airbnb and you're just kind of checking out drawers and like, oh, I wonder what's kept in here. I wonder what's in here. They're going to be doing that to your house. So if you have something that you don't want them to see, put it away. So another important point is to make sure that you have a foolproof entry system with all of the bugs worked out. This is electronic locks, your lockbox. You have clear instructions on how people can get into your house, because the last thing you want is frantic calls from angry guests while you're sitting on a beach. Like, that's the opposite of what we're trying to do here. This is where you can also set up any security system or cameras that are allowed to give you peace of mind during their stay or between guests, or check in on your cleaners. So to be able to have all of the tech and all of the process things streamlined up front, it'll just save you a lot of money. It'll save you money. It'll save you time on the back end as well. Set up your cleaning well in advance and have a backup. So if you're set up your cleaners well in advance and also have a backup plan. So getting referrals, vetting the cleaners, making sure that this is flawless before you jet set away. And you always have to have a backup cleaner just in case. Your cleaner might get hit by a bus. They might move away. All of these things have happened to my Airbnb friends. They've always had cleaners who just up and quit, which sucks. But if you have a backup plan, you're at least prepared. So having a backup person or contact for emergencies, having your backup cleaner, having somebody on the ground who is just your backup since you're not in town is huge. So whether that's your cousin, your brother, a friend, your real estate agent, whoever it is that you could just have in your pocket while you're gone. So on beach day, when that rolls around and somebody needs to go physically unlock the property or bring a spare key, you don't want to deal with that when you're on the beach. You can send out a few texts and you're good to go. The next part is to set up any Airbnb automation that you need beforehand. So autoresponders, messages for driving instructions or entry instructions. Automation is pretty cool, and Airbnb automation has come a long way so that these texts can get sent out immediately. You don't have to sit there and babysit your phone like, oh, they're going to check in at 4 o'clock. I have to send them a text at 3 o'clock to make sure that they know where they're going, and then at 3:45 so that they know how to get into the property. If you set this up beforehand, it's going to save you a lot of headspace while you're out there on that beach or out in the mountains or wherever it is you are. And I think actually Katie does go on a lot of road trips and into the mountains. And so she might be in a place where she doesn't even have cell phone reception. So keep that in mind while you're doing this strategy. So in our area here in Denver, the most profitable rental strategy is short-term rentals. So it beats out long-term, it beats out mid-term, it beats out room by room. And some of the only people who can do this legally are owner occupants or house hackers. So you actually have the most power as a house hacker when you're doing short-term rentals in a lot of restricted areas. They'll restrict everybody down to owner occupants. So you can rent out a room, the other part of your duplex, rent out your house while you're gone, which is what we're talking about right now. You as a house hacker might have the only access to the most profitable rental strategy just by being a house hacker. So take advantage of that. If you want more actionable info like this, be sure to follow us on Spotify or YouTube. Check out Katie's episode where she goes into her story of making $22,000 per year while on vacation using her house hack. The squad needs you, so join up. Check out propertysquadhq.com. Check out the list of tools that I use inside of my real estate business down in the show notes or down below. And until next time, I want to get paid while I'm on vacation too. So let's do it. Till next time. See ya.